Let's go. Welcome back, people. How's it going? Welcome to another Monday evening live stream. Welcome to another week of daily races. Once again, new daily races are upon us. We have a complete new setup of dailies, and it is one of the classic combos that we have this week once again in Gran Turismo 7 Suzuka at Group 3 cars at Suzuka. That's what I meant to say at the start. So yeah, we have a very classic one, a very used one in the past, and but what tends to be quite a fan favorite, very competitive, yet very tough to actually do this race. The race of attrition, as I like to call it, because it is one where you very rarely would see overtakes and moves and things like that, given the fact that Suzuka is very technical. There's a lot of very squeezed out corners, very tight corners, and it's hard to go side by side. But it is more about staying on the tarmac rather than trying to make some hero moves. So that's what I'm going to try today. And yeah, just survive the race of attrition, as I like to call it. Other couple races, we have Big Willow in Daily Race A with the Firebird, if I'm not mistaken, the Firebird Trans Am. And we have Nurburgring GP in Daily Race B with Group 4. So that's the whole setup of new daily races. But today, we're going to focus on the main event at Suzuka for a couple hours. We're going to have a few races down here, see how it goes. First race is going to be fully from the back because I'll be honest with you, I have not done any races today yet. So we're absolutely rusty as it currently stands. So we'll have to see how we fare up against the aliens and the savages that we're going to see in top split, if we get to top split in these current conditions. So we'll see how it goes. But we return back to Gran Turismo 7 after a long weekend tackling the iRacing 24 hours of Spa, which absolutely was a roller coaster. It was an absolute roller coaster for the ones that were seeing it. It was such a great event, and it was such a great race. But unfortunately, some things out of our hands let us a little bit down, and we just had to keep plugging away with what we could do. And in the end, we still managed very good results. But but yeah, what could have been at the end with the iRacing 24 hours of Spa. Yet I still enjoyed the race very much. I had a great time with the team as always, and I think we did a very good job in it. So yeah, hopefully looking for the next one, and we'll see how it goes. Datsun, thank you for the $7, my friend. I see that 7K over there in the corner. Yes, 7K was hit throughout the weekend. So guys, share some love in the chat for Datsun and the $7 as well. Absolute legend. Appreciate it very much, sir. Demon Child, welcome to the channel as well. As I see your message, new here, liked and subscribe. Appreciate it very much. Let me go through the chat podium actually before we get onto any type of racing, and let me say hello to every single one of you in the chat. Pleasantries out of the way as always. We have Hattermad with the P1 in the chat podium for today. We have Mansfried with the P2, and we have Chris Buchanan with the P3. That's our chat podium for this stream. And we also have Darum in the house. Good to see you, my friend. We have Chris Wood, we have Tansio, we have Malachi in the house, we have Datsun, which just showed a little bit of generosity before we even get going with the races. We have Bobby B, we have James Baggett, Burnout Sam, Sniper Hunter is also in the house. We have Andy V showing up. Andy V, good to see you, sir. Thank you for the support and for the help modding the chat throughout the whole 24 hours as well. Appreciate it very much, Andy, as always. And to everyone else that stuck around for the whole weekend with us, whether it was in this chat or whether it was in the other guys' chat as well. Thank you for the support throughout the weekend. We also have GT Aspect joining us in the chat as well. Let me keep going. We have Doc also showing up in the house. Afternoon to you, sir. Hope you're holding on well. Hope things are well with the family, and my best wishes to you, my friend. We have Richard Gordon joining us. Richard Gordon, the absolute stat master throughout the weekend. He recorded every single lap of the race throughout the weekend at Spa, and he gave us a full report of the performance of the team. Absolutely legendary from Richard. Thank you for that. Let me keep going. The Husky is also in the chat. Sean is also in. Good to see you, Sean. Hope you're well. Gabrielle is also in the house. Good to see you as well. We have Demon Child as we introduce him. We have Red Rum as well. Morgan and Morgan showing up. We have, let me keep going, Oliver Brandenburg, Simon Stevens, and I think that should cover, everyone. Oh, Amar is also in the chat. Neldon Tay showing up as well. Good to see you guys. I think that should cover everyone so far in the chat, and to everyone lurking out in the background. Appreciate you for tuning in today and joining us for another set of brand new daily races on a Monday evening. Andy, thank you for the 8 months as well. It was my pleasure. It was awesome to watch. Appreciate it. So, guys, share some of the chat for Andy, one of the longest members of the channel with 8 months as well. Absolutely amazing support. Thank you very much for that. It seems so much longer than 8 months. I know, Sean, but yeah, it's only been 8 months since the memberships actually started. So yeah, RVN, welcome to the channel as well. Chris Lang is also in the house. Let me keep going. Bones Malone's joining us as well. Your wife's no way, Morgan. Yes, that is from yeah, I used to work in Casa Bruja back at home. Yeah, in Panama. Yeah, I have a few of them actually. I have a good few. I used to work with them. One of my best friends was actually part of their lineup, and he sometimes invited me to do a couple shifts, like what you call it, ad hoc shifts, whenever they need an extra pair of hands for packaging, bottling, and doing some deliveries out there. One of my favorite beer brands, actually, from back home. So yeah, very cool that your wife has actually a T-shirt. Your wife is a wildlife biologist and goes to Panama every 2 years. That is so cool. What a coincidence. What a coincidence, Morgan. That's so cool. Loke, welcome in as well. Good to see you. Grove Street, welcome along. Good to see you as well. When you get a chance, check your Discord DMs. I send you an extra little something you can use for bragging rights. There's no such thing as bragging rights for me, Richard. You know that. But I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Andy Beckett, welcome in. Good to see you as well. Hope you're well. I think I haven't missed anyone else, hopefully, in the chat. But yeah, so yeah, less than 4 minutes to get our first race. I'm quite nervous, not gonna lie, just because I haven't done any races today. And it's been pretty much a week since the last time I touched a daily racing GT7 through the whole preparation for the Spa 24 hours. And I sort of jumped in. I put a lap time earlier, so it's not like I completely off the bat returning to GT7 right now. But yeah, it felt so weird, like going back at it. It felt very, very odd for me to try to get back into the groove. Actually, let me just push my seat just a tiny bit farther back. And yeah, it's just like, you know, when you adapt yourself to a set of physics for a little while and then you jump back into what you're used to, and things just feel like very, very different. So so yeah, I'm just gonna see how the races go. Right now I don't have a lap time in this alt account that I'm gonna be using, but it still should be somewhere in top split. I would reckon. Maybe I'll put a lap time in the middle of the stream between races or something like that, and then we'll see where we get going in the grid. But I know that typically Suzuka tends to be one of those races where the higher you start, the better. But also, it's just a matter of staying on the track. And yes, like I say, it's just a race of attrition. People might go off the track at a certain point. You know, that you might have incidents with people trying to make moves, etc., and you might just gain positions by being patient and sticking along in the tarmac. So that's how it should be. ER, welcome in. Good to see you. I'm feeling good. I actually had a pretty long rest yesterday. I had a pretty long rest after the race. I sort of laid down in bed. Nikki and I were just watching some Netflix after the race, and then after maybe like an hour or so, I just fell asleep. And I kind of got knocked out for like about 3 hours or so, I think it was. I can't even remember. It didn't feel as long, but when I woke up back again, it was already like 7 o'clock in the evening. So it was at least like 3.5 hours, I think. Then we just kept watching some TV, and then I got up, and then I sat down to do a little bit of work before going back to bed, and then I had another good night's sleep, and yeah, I'm back in the groove, back in the game. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Send our thanks to Nikki for taking care of you. She would do it in a heartbeat. So Gambler, welcome in as well. Good to see you as well. Thank you for the congratulations on the 7K as well. Yeah, thank you guys for helping us reach 7,000 subscribers throughout the weekend as well. It was absolutely awesome to see that milestone take place in such an important and big race and you know, challenging race. So really appreciate the support, guys. To everyone that joined throughout the weekend. If anyone out there in the chat is new around here, hasn't been in the stream before, and just joins us for the first time after the weekend, I welcome you and I appreciate you. And to everyone else that has stuck along throughout the journey as well. So yeah, is that first corner surviving you? And you obviously have a chance. Indeed, yeah, that first corner in the Porsche can be quite tricky, can it? So yeah, it's just, we'll figure it out. We'll try to figure it out. We'll get our groove around. See how it goes. Died 30 minutes after the race. Didn't get up until 6:30 p.m. my time. Wow, yeah, it just knocks you out, doesn't it? It just knocks you out. Incredibly so, Richard. I don't have a particular routine to wind down, really. I just keep carrying on with my own thing until my body says go to bed. Essentially. Right, first race is about to start, so let me swap over, and indeed we are in a proper top split. So let me get this going. Let me put the game on. So we should be starting all the way down in the back because we don't have a lap time. Everyone is in the 59s in this lobby. Luke is in there in P10. Let's see who else. We have Calster up in pole. We have Nicholas. Trapex is up there in P8. Big Fat Racing is in P12. Yeah, some known names around in the grid. And yeah, we're the only ones without a lap time, so we definitely have to put a lap time then at some point. But yeah, thank you, Morgan. Yeah, I really enjoyed this race at Spa. It was much better than Nordschleife in terms of my, at least personally, the performance. I felt that even though in Nordschleife I felt relatively quick, I was a little bit too impatient perhaps, and I got myself involved into some situations that I shouldn't have gotten involved. But this one was a lot cleaner. This one was a lot smoother. No incidents for me whatsoever. I think I only had like one little loss of control at Rivage, and it was already like in my last stint, I think. Or I think it was the second stint, but that, apart from that, it was literally it. And the rest of it went very smooth. And I know Sparks, Hoggy, they had an incredible performance. Rory, he had a couple hiccups at the start of his stints, but after that, he managed to compose himself back on. I think all of us did a great job, so I'm really happy with it. But we're back!
And it's lights out, and away we go!
In GT7, and now we're gonna get going with our routinely daily races. So let's see how we get on with this Suzuka combo. I'm just gonna take it very easy. Oh. So I know that the strategy is either 1 or 2 laps in the hard tires and then the rest on the mediums. I feel so rusty. Literally so rusty. Like I haven't played this in ages. So I just want to try to make sure that I can stay with the pack. Because yeah, Rest Racer, how's it going? Good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. Yeah, exactly. Every race teaches you something. And for us, having that first 24 hours at Nurburgring as a team, you know, we all learned a lot from it. And we certainly showed it in Spa. And if it wasn't for the technical difficulties, I think we were going to go probably fight for a top 5, if not a podium. But it's things that happen, and sometimes you can't control it. And it happens in real life. It happens in the virtual life as well. So it's just a matter of, you know, doing what you can with what you got, and keeping on the push until the race is over. So that's what we did, and that's how it showed up. And yeah, Richard Short, welcome in. Good to see ya. Hope you're well. No. I slept a lot. Trust me. I slept a lot, so I'm back in the game, back in the group, good to go. But one thing that I can tell you is I'm completely rusty and off the pace. Right, I think someone crossed the line. I'm gonna go lap 2. I'm gonna go lap 2 for the strat in this one. I'm just gonna make sure that my tires stay in good state. And that was close. You can tell that I am like completely off the rhythm. I'm literally so off the rhythm. I feel so clunky. Oh no. Yeah, very, very off the rhythm. We're gonna need a lot of work here to get back on the groove. I feel like I lost like 1,000 points of skill over the week. Whoa, stay there. You said to Sparks Nurburgring not to crash lap 1 before on the race. I think it didn't crash by itself, but he definitely did have a few hiccups. You can tell that he was visibly flustered about it, but as he always does, he always gets back up and recovers. So yeah. How's it going, Zigzag? Good to see ya. Hope you're well. Someone asked me about the Ricky GPs. I'm gonna release one for the next couple of weeks. Oh my goodness. There was an apex somewhere, but I completely messed it up. Yeah, I'm very, very off. Extremely off. This is definitely gonna be like the rustiness to shake out. I will release one. I am thinking, well, not even thinking, it has to be, because I want to do one this month, but it has to be on the 25th of July, because that is the last weekend that I'm gonna have available before I go off on holiday, and because the weekend after that one, there is the start of GTEC, as you guys know from Sparks. Uh-oh. That was not ideal. Oh, no. Okay. Right, quality laps from now on. I am absolutely off. I feel like a beginner once again. Like I'm just learning the game. Well, someone quit.
Nothing, just an incident on the race.
Just an incident indeed. So yeah, it will have to be on the 25th of July, and I will post it sometime this week, and it will be quite short notice. So what I'll do is it's gonna be a singles race, so basically 15 people in the grid, and we're gonna do all 15 people. I do have the concept already. So what we're gonna do for the next edition of the Ricky GP is gonna be the regional edition. The regional edition. So we're gonna have 3 races on the next event. 90 minutes each race. And each race is gonna be in a track from every region. So we have a track from the Americas, a track from EMEA, and a track from Asia. I will let you know what tracks they are, but it's gonna be 3 races, 90 minutes each. So we'll have 15 people to register, and I think what I'll do is the first 15 to sign up when I release it, they're in the grid straight away. And then we'll have a few reserves if anyone has to drop out. So I'll post more details about it throughout the week. But I think that's what we're going to do for the next Rig GP. Yeah, zigzag. They're going to be long races. They're going to be long races. And yeah, it's a long season as well. So I'm actually going to miss a few of the races of G-Tech. So I'm going to be for the first one. But I will miss the next two because I'll be on holiday. Sparks knows it anyway, and I already ticked it off from the attendance. So if I'm not mistaken, I think the first one is Spa, I think. 6 hours of Spa, I think it is. How's it going, Redneck? Good to see you. Hope you're well. Whoa. Yeah, I'm literally just trying to find my groove here. This is gonna be a slow race, but I'll try to remember how to drive in this game. Am I saying that I'm giving you a chance to beat me? No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Spoon is one of my worst corners out here to track. Mitchell Bradley, how's it going? Welcome in, good to see you. How did the 24-hour race go? Well, it was a story. It was a story in itself. So we started P21 in the race. And then we just kept driving and driving. And things were going reasonably steady. At the start, Sparks had the first stint. And oh yeah, look at that. I'm 2 seconds off right now. Crazy. He managed to keep us in the same spot for the most part. Then between me and Hoggy, we managed to climb a few positions in our stints. And things were going pretty well from there. We were all able to gain us more positions in the grid. We got to a point where we were P6 in the middle of the night. But then unfortunately, a few things happened. Sparks had some issues with his brakes. And we had to stop. We had to have an extra stop as an emergency because he needed to sort out his brakes. Luckily, we didn't lose too much out of that. And we actually didn't crash or anything like that. I mean, we did crash, but we didn't have any damage. But then the big one happened to Hoggy, where his computer unfortunately just crashed and froze in the middle of it. And the car just kept going, and it just went full throttle into turn 1 at the wall. So we had a massive crash. That put us basically like about 15 minutes back in the grid. And we ended up dropping back to like P36, I think it was. But then we managed to recover a little bit, and we finished P25 afterwards. So if you see the graph of the race, it's actually a very compelling story. Because you see that the line just keeps going up and going up and going up. Until the crash, where we had then a massive spike down. And after that, it's going up again until we finish to P25. By the way, thank you very much to Seba for the jewels. I think someone else sent a few. I need to check that back. As you guys may know, Suzuka is not necessarily the most streamer-friendly track. So I'm sort of struggling to catch up with chat. Apologies in advance. But yeah, the graph of the the graph of the race is actually a pretty cool story. And it's kind of very similar to how the one on the Nurburgring was, to be fair. Ooh, Luke actually left the race. Wonder what happened to him. iRacing crashed on my computer and dropped us from P7 to P30. Ah, so literally similar to us, Morgan. Yeah. Yeah. It was very unfortunate because I think by that time I went to bed. So I had my stint, then Sparks took over, and then Hoggy woke up so that he could pick up his stint. And then I was like, do you guys want me to stay with you, or do you want me to, because I can go and take a rest and whatnot? And they were all like, yeah, you can go to bed, you can go and take a rest. So I went to bed to have my nap for a couple hours. And then at some point after maybe like an hour and a half, I saw the screen and then I noticed the drop and I was like, oh, wonder what happened. And then Nikki woke up with me and then she rewinded the screen and she showed me the crash. And I was like, yeah, I was like in my head, either that was a disconnect of something, or maybe, yeah, just the computer just crashed. And yeah, confirmed that it was a crash. And I felt so gutted for him as well, because I know how nervous Ollie was for this race in terms of wanting to have a good performance, not just for his own like personal satisfaction, but also to feel like he was contributing to us, and we were like telling him that he was doing great, and he really had his confidence going up. How's it going, Rory? By the way, good to see you in the chat. Hope you're well. And yeah, like his confidence really took a high when he started getting up to pace, and he started like performing really well, being really consistent. You could tell that he was really enjoying himself, but then that happened, and yeah, I felt so gutted for him. But he had a great bounce back as well. Like, as soon as that happened, he just rolled up his sleeves and kept pushing and still brought us up. So that just tells you the resilience. That just tells you the resilience of that guy. It's something else. Absolutely something else. How's it going, J-Mac? Yeah, it sucks. But when you put it in perspective, right? In real life racing, some drivers have a great performance in their car, and all of a sudden the car just breaks. They break a suspension, the engine overheats, something just breaks. And sometimes it's out of your control. It's similar over here, so you just gotta do what you can do with what you can control at the end of the day. It reminds me of Team Verstappen in the Nurburgring.
It's broken! It's broken!
Indeed. It reminds me of Team Verstappen in the N24. Max was driving an absolutely brilliant race. They were leading comfortably at some point. Then I think it was Juncadella who jumped in, and then all of a sudden he had the suspension. I think something. He had the suspension or something break in his car, and then they had to basically pit for a good number of laps. And yeah, that's the race gone. They didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. Just the car just decided to break. So happens. Yeah. Exactly, Morgan. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm so off the pace right now. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, trust me, Wolfram, I speak to him constantly. I talk to him a lot. We share a lot of stuff. I'm always there to support him when he's in his races and his streams. He's hard on himself, but I understand why. And I sometimes am guilty of the same thing. And but that just shows how good he wants to be. That just shows how much he cares about stuff. And you cannot blame someone that cares that much for something for being hard on themselves. You know? Oh boy. I need a full refresher on how to drive in Gran Turismo, guys. Absolutely off. That is cryptic. So apologies if your first impression of me driving in GT7 is absolutely the opposite of what you thought you were gonna see. But we'll get back to it. How's it going, Doc? Good to see ya. Hope you're well. Oh, let me not read chat while I'm in the middle of a straight. This daily goes by so fast. Yeah, I just realized that we're actually on lap 9 already. Well, not 6/10. I'm actually 1.6. The thing is, I haven't done any dailies today. I would normally have a few. Oh boy. I would normally have a few races before I jump in the on the stream. But today I was so busy with work. How's it going, Paulie? Good to see ya. You absolute hero. Hope you're well. Let me not spin it. Ay, ay, ay. Right, we're gonna jump into a little bit of time trial after this, and we'll try to remember how to drive. Thank you, Tiveroff. Appreciate ya. It was good. Yeah, it felt good. I really enjoyed myself on it. How's it going, Ramboy? Welcome in. Oh boy. But also considering who's driving in this race as well. Look at Kaiser and Nicholas up there. Elias is also very quick up in the podium, so there are no small names up there by any means. It's also the fact that, like, I'm readjusting to everything pretty much. Because for a week, different game, different sim, different setup. I had to like rechange my whole setup back to the T598 for this one. After using the Alpha Evo from SimMagic on the weekend. So all of it is readjustment. Takes a while, right? It's like when you stop going to the gym for a long time. Like say you lift like 100 kilos or 2 plates on bench press for like months, and then you stop going to the gym for a year, and then you try to go back and then you try to lift the same weight. It's not gonna be easy. That is if you can actually lift it. So you're probably going to struggle a lot. So it's kind of a similar situation right now. But the good thing is that we're starting to brush off the rust. And we'll get back on it. We'll get back on it. Dennis Kreger, welcome in. Good to see you. How am I holding up? I'm holding up great. I'm holding up great. I actually had a great night's sleep. Great night's sleep after the race. Yesterday after finishing, I had a very long nap. I had a pretty good night's sleep. Woke up, kept pushing, kept going with my own thing at work and stuff. So yeah, we're back at it. We're back at it. We're good. Right. Let's jump in. Just some quality laps. We're GT nerds, we live pizza. How about chicken wings? I prefer a chicken wing, actually. Yeah, exactly, Rambo. Exactly. It feels horrible. I gotta lift my hand up and be honest with myself. I actually haven't gone to the gym in a while. And I should. I know the moment that I just step in and I try to do anything, it's gonna feel horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. But yeah. J.R. Doyle, welcome in. Good to see you. How's the races? Well, first one was atrocious, but the races in itself, I think they're good combos, actually. I think they're pretty solid combos. Right, I'm gonna do some laps without the Ghost, just to try to get back in the group by myself. Yeah, I think they're pretty good combos. This one is a classic, like Suzuka in Group 3s is a classic. So you can never go wrong with it, I think. Now, if you ask me for the strategy element, that's a different story. I'm not really. I wouldn't say that I'm like the biggest fan of the strategy style that sometimes Gran Turismo does with like the Joker lap. Oh goodness. On a slower compound, and then you just do the rest of the race on the other compound. Like, don't really see too much of a point right there. Oh Jesus. But apart from that, the race itself is a solid one, as usual. Did I enjoy or hate well, the thing with cockpit view in iRacing is it's a lot more adjustable than GT7 in that regard, I would say, Dennis. So you can actually tweak cockpit view to your own preference, adjusting like the field of view, like how far or close you have things in front, how high or low you sit, the horizon where you're pointing at. So that definitely makes a big difference in how it feels. And yeah, it feels nice in iRacing, to be fair. So the thing with Gran Turismo is that you cannot adjust anything in cockpit view, essentially. And it's not really well tailored to see things properly. Hence why a lot of people, you see, myself included, we use bumper cam or bonnet cam. And the rare exception uses chase cam, like Gallo, for example. Welcome in, Sunday Driver and Hatter Matt. Welcome in, guys. Mike, welcome along as well. Good to see you. Hope you're well. To line out that corner better. Now that's a lot better. There we go. Now we're talking. How's it going, D Nash? Welcome in. I'm doing great. Doing great back in GT7 now, after the weekend. So really looking forward to a few races that are much better than the first one. There we go. If I can get into the 159s without the Ghost, I should be good. Spoon is one of the corners that I definitely get wrong most of the times. Told myself I'm doing 2 daily Cs this whole week, to be honest. Really, Mansry? Why? Only 2? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with them? Alright, so that should be at 59. 59.9. Not too bad. Yes, I will be in Frankfurt, Doc. Yes. I actually need to buy my tickets. My flight tickets, that is. Which I think I will buy at some point before I fly over back home. But yeah, I will be there. I'm actually looking forward to it. I've heard so many great things about the Sim Racing Expo. And obviously a lot of you guys are also going to be there, so it'll be cool to meet a few of you over there that I haven't met already. Oh boy. Okay, I went too hot. Absolutely too hot. Yeah, that's what I've heard, Morgan. Yeah. Augie always talks wonders about the Sim Racing Expo. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was definitely too hot. Well, at least we put something on the board. 59.9 to get us started. So hopefully with a couple more races that improves. But yeah, we're just trying to break the ice. We're just trying to break the ice back again. Yeah, it's like I remember what was it? The round 1 in London last year for the GTWS. By that point, I didn't even have a channel. Like I wasn't even streaming or anything like that. I wasn't making content or anything like that. I was only basically toying with the idea of making content and starting a channel. And I got to meet Rory that day when he had like his little meet and greet before the event, and I got to meet a few other people that now, yeah, sort of follow along, watch me, and it's kind of cool how the table turns or how things come in full circle. And yeah, I remember I met Sparkles late one that day, Marley also, but you know, I wasn't even a name, so I was just like introducing myself to people very shyly, if that's even a word. And now, yeah, like I saw Hoggy from afar, but like we never got to say hello to each other. Now we basically talk every day. I saw Sparks walking right in front of me, and now, yeah, you know, like we just get along so well, and things like that. It's just like how cool it comes full circle after I started the channel. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Sim Expo to relive that experience a little bit, and yeah, just really great to be part of it, really. When am I getting my SDR? Never. I don't think I'll ever get that, Richard. Not really up for it, to be honest with you. It would take so many hours, so many days, and potentially stepping away from the entertainment side of things to do that.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
And it's not really my focus, you know. I think I'm happy with where I stand in terms of DR and stuff. I joined Pfefferkorn. I don't know what that is. Or was that not directed at me, Mike? Oh boy. Okay. Already messed it up. No. Get me out of this AstroTurf. Oh, this is an experience, isn't it? For some reason, like, the car didn't want to turn. Yeah, for reasons like this one is that I don't think I'll ever get an SDR. You know what I mean? Welcome in, Maverick. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Your hold on. Oh boy. Your granddaughter just tore her ACL. Oh, that's horrible. I'm sorry to hear that. ACL injuries are one of the worst ones. Is the injury that I feared the most when I used to play American football. I never actually had an injury like that, but I've seen friends that have had it, and yeah, it's just horrendous. Plenty of time to practice while streaming. Yeah, I know. What position did I play? I started as a running back because height. But then I also played a little bit of slot receiver as well at some point. And then I even played quarterback over here in England with a few of the teams that I played over here. So yeah, a little bit of everything in the offense. There was even a time that I played cornerback and strong safety, but I was never too much of a defense guy. I felt my heart has always been with the offense, but my favorite one was being a running back. There was nothing better for me than just carry the ball and trying to sneak through a 3 or a 4 gap and then finding a linebacker that I could just sit down with my shoulder. Absolutely awesome. But I stopped playing about what's that now? 3 years ago? Yeah, I think 3 years ago. I just didn't have the I just stopped really like training too hard, and I didn't really have the same like agility or the same physicality that I wanted to have. I mean, in terms of like toughness, I could always play tough, but I didn't feel like I had the speed or the moves that I wanted to keep doing, and it was really starting to take a toll on my body. So I just stopped it about 3 years ago. That would have been after, what, 28 years old? I'm now 31. So just before the 30s. And then I just dedicated myself to coaching. So then I coached for a couple of years with one of the university teams down here where I live. And I went as a receivers coach first, and then a quarterbacks coach, and then last year I actually did an offensive coordinator for the team. I got the offense to score a lot of points, which was great. But then in between work, YouTube, coaching, I just had no time. So I basically had to drop it. I would love to get back into the game at some point, at least in a coaching capacity. Revisit American football, but right now I just have bigger priorities. So yeah. Do I have a favorite team? Yes, I am an Eagles fan, which makes me really sad because I wanted to go and watch the game in London, the Eagles and Jaguars game in October, and stupid me did not check when the sale was gonna be for the tickets. It happened last week, I think on a Tuesday, and I figured out the day after, and I didn't see it. Like the email, so I put a notification on my email, but the notification went to my promotions inbox, so I never actually got a notification for it. And yeah, when I saw it, it was already a day later. And I went and checked, and all the tickets were gone. All the tickets were gone. Makes me really sad, because that would have been the first official NFL game that I could have gone to, at least here. And what makes it even more annoying is the fact that that game is completely sold out, but the other game, which is I think the Colts and the Commanders, there's so many open spaces for it. But I don't want to go watch the Commanders game as my first game, as you know. Like, Eagles and Commanders are like eternal rivals, divisional rivals, so that doesn't sound great. Welcome in, Antonio. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Okay, what's going to happen here? So Muscafy is running slow, but I don't think I'm going to have enough to actually overtake him. And he's going to push Bigfoot Racing wide. Oh! What just happened there? That wasn't my fault, though. The Colts Commanders in Berlin was good. Yeah, I remember that game. I think I remember that game, yeah. I remember the Colts Vikings, but I don't think that was an international one, but I remember the one that was like a super comeback from the bike. I think it was... Is it the Colts that came back or the Vikings that came back? I think it was the Vikings that came back. Like from a 37-point deficit or something. But yeah, it just made me really annoyed that all the tickets were gone. Have a good one, Great Beard. Thank you for joining us. By the way, guys, sorry if I end up missing a few of your messages in between. Suzuka is not the most streamer-friendly track. So it's sometimes hard to catch up. As a Vikings fan, that game was legendary indeed, yeah. I started as a Vikings fan before, to be honest. Like, but sort of like casually, not really like into it at that time. So so the history for me as a kid, before I sort of officialized myself as a true NFL fan, I used to play. I think it was Madden 06. I think it was, and I used to play a lot with the Jets. I think Chad Pennington was the quarterback back in the day. For those that know. And I used to play a lot with the Jets, and I even remember that I told my dad that for some reason I just liked the Jets logo. I don't know why. And I wanted to make my bedroom as a Jets fan. But then I sort of stripped away from that idea, and then I remember that I started following the Vikings a little bit because of Adrian Peterson. But then the one that really got me hooked was Michael Vick. Michael Vick in when he played with Philly after he had his issues with the law, but he came back with such a good sort of spirit back into the sport, and he absolutely dominated with the Eagles. And watching him was just so great. I really got like infatuated with the way how he played football. And since then I became an Eagles fan, pretty much. It was the combo of Michael Vick with LaShawn McCoy, Shady. Oh boy. Deshaun Jackson, Jason Avant, Jeremy Maclin, Brent Zellick. That Eagles team was just incredible. Yeah, Mansfree, believe it or not. Yeah, Dennis, he was an animal. He was an absolute animal. A highlight reel. That's how that's basically where I started being a true Eagles fan ever since. And then I just followed the team since then. It is a nice breeze outside, actually. You're right, James. I have the windows open, and there's such a nice breeze flowing through the room. Go. Had a boss who was an Eagles fan. You could always tell when they lost by his boot. I suffered the same thing. Yes, James, there will be one. Potentially. Oh boy. There will be one on the 25th. I was just saying that it's gonna be quite short notice. Oh, sorry. It's getting a little congested here. What's going on? Zigzag is up in front. Just don't want to get involved with anybody. I think Muscaf is going to go for it. Not a good idea, it seems. Let me do that. But yeah, Eagles fans, we're temperamental. Whenever we lose a game, yeah, our mood just shifts down. I live that. we're very what's the word? We're very passionate fans. Just to put it that way. But then it's funny because I have like a few family members which are Cowboys fans, so we're always going like back and forth. And yeah, thoughts on the NBA? I like every sport. I am a fan of pretty much every sport. I don't watch NBA as often. Oh boy. Especially because here in the UK the games are super late, so it's hard to follow. I'm a Lakers fan in the NBA. My favorite athlete of all time is Kobe. Rest in peace to his soul. But yeah, I'm a Lakers fan ever since. But yeah, I like watching the NBA as well. Nikki, for example, she was a basketball coach back in the States. She loves basketball. She grew up playing basketball. So I'm a Lakers fan. She's a Celtics fan. You can't imagine. Although we don't really get into it that much, as it might sound. But yeah, that's the thing. Like but it's like Darren will understand me because we're both from Panama. For us, like when we're in Panama watching European football, particularly because that's the football that we are mostly used to, it's sometimes a pain because the games are like either early in the morning or in work times when it's hard to watch them. But then we move to Europe, and then when we want to watch American sports, they are a lot later in the day. So it's kind of like, yeah, just pick your poison essentially. Thank you, Zigzag. Alright, let's see if we can actually catch the guy in front. Oh. Oh. Car is alive, guys. The car is alive. Yeah. Using Flexi as the target for the pace is probably not accurate. Oh boy. Because Flexi is absolutely from not this world. Absolute alien he is. So I'm definitely not catching that pace. But I would at least like to be a little more in like the low 2 minutes.
Would I rather be feared?
Richard, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. What a legend.
I want people to
Guys, shares love in the chat for Richard Gordon and the 5 gifted. I'll catch up with the names in just a second. Dennis Krager, Ilore Wind, Fatman and James Moore, welcome to the memberhood, guys. Courtesy of the Stats Master, Richard Gordon himself. Appreciate it, sir. Your father is the most passionate Chiefs fan ever. Nicole is also a Chiefs fan, actually. Funny enough. Oh boy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Highland, how's it going? Good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. Oh no, I went too hot. Okay, I have dirty tires. So that's not gonna help. Yeah, I'm definitely struggling with the pace. Oh, it's not lap 9 already. Phew. Yeah, this race goes flying. This race goes absolutely flying.
Thank you.
Tom Sio, welcome to the memberhood as well. Thank you for becoming a pana. Guys, share love in the chat for Tom Sio Racing, becoming a member of the channel. Once again, welcome back to the memberhood, my friend. No RNG, welcome in. Good to see you. How's it going? Uh-oh. Oh, whoa, 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 I missed a gear. I genuinely think that lap 2, a lap 2 stop is probably better. Oh. So I'm kind of surprised that people are doing the lap 1. But I do think that lap 2 is better. Okay, so P1 is actually the pits he started on mediums. Alright, final lap. I think I got a little bit of a break now from behind. Did I see the video where the driver created chaos in Split 4? Yes, I did. That was terrible. But it's not the first time that that happens, you know? Yeah, last year, there was a similar situation, I think, where I think a team of quote-unquote pro esports drivers that had like sponsorships and everything, I think they crashed a full split in the Spa 24 hours in iRacing as well. I think a lot of people made videos about it. I think it was like Split 22, that one. But yeah, they wreaked absolute havoc in that race last year. And then I saw that video with Split 4 this year. I saw like just a little moment of it when the guy was like brake checking people right before our Rouge, and he ended up flying in the air after being absolutely demolished. But I just don't understand what's the point in it. Honestly, I don't. It's just so terrible. And I hope that those people actually do get like a big punishment, like a permanent ban or something. Whoa. Because yeah, there's just no excuse, no justification to do something like that. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the undercut can be quite strong. But I do think that like lap 1, the tires at the end sort of die down. Like, look at my front. My front right is actually a little cooked. To be fair though, I haven't really like managed them that well. Right, at least we were last, and I think at least we gained a position from where we started. So still having to sweep a little bit of rust. Yeah, I agree, Morgan. I think
Thank you.
who was it? I think it was Jackster that described it in the perfect way. That like, when they started the race, they never imagined that that's what they were gonna do. But given the situations, because I think Valerius, welcome to the memberhood as well. Thank you for becoming a pana. Guys, share some love in the chat for Valerius becoming a member of the channel. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate the support. So yeah, I think they got like a move into turn 1. Some car was like it went on the inside, and I think they got knocked, and they got like pit maneuver and spun out, and that just like completely ignited the whole thing. So yeah, hold on, just adjusting my microphone. So yeah, maybe like when they, excuse me, when they joined the race, they never imagined that that's what they were gonna do. But yeah, like you say, lack of an emotional control, and things just completely went sour from there. And but it's I think, I mean, probably there's points where you might feel like you're asking a lot, you're asking too much, but maybe there can be like some type of system that kind of detects the erratic driving happening. Like if you see maybe a car having consecutive impacts or contacts with other cars, and you can definitely tell by the inputs that it's on purpose. Maybe there can be like a system where it automatically makes the car sort of disappear and retire it from the race, so that it doesn't hurt anyone else's chances on the race itself. Maybe that's asking a little too much, but I think we have the technology to do so. Oh my goodness. Could be an idea. The car had more hang time than Kobe. That's a good one. That's a good one. Wow. You fixed your connection issues. Oh, nice, Tomzio. What was it? The seemingly most unlikely solution. Hold on. Let me read that. Seemingly most unlikely solution did the trick. MTU 1400, 1480 were at dead end, but 1472 works. Finally, good. Great stuff. Great stuff, Tomzio. Hopefully we'll see you back in the lobbies after a while, because I know that you were really unlucky with them. Oh boy. Having organized a sim team, managing emotions of the drivers is the hardest part. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. There's certainly some complexities in that system for sure. I would love to understand how it works, like going deep into the layers of it. There must be a lot of great engineering to an extent. But whenever you're like in the outside looking in, you know, there's always something that you can do better, or something that you probably missed that you could add. So yeah. Oh, surely they've seen it there. Surely. They just, I think it's just a thing of a limitation. I think it's a thing of limitations with their current capability. When you think about GT7, for example, it's a game that still runs both in PS4 and PS5. A lot of things that you could do in PS5, you cannot do in PS4. So having to change things to suit both consoles might be quite the trouble.
My God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Hi, Len. Thank you for the 5 Canadian as well. And Nikki said she would like to spend a weekend at the spa with you. I do not think last weekend is what she meant. Indeed not. That is exactly not what she envisioned. Guys, share love in the chat for Highland and the 5 Canadian dollars. Appreciate it very much, sir. You're absolute legend. I overcooked this. I am absolutely making a hash out of this. That is not going to work. That is not going to work. Yeah, the complexity must be huge. I am sort of, I guess, technical enough to understand a little bit of the logics, but the language or the semantics behind it might be quite tough to understand for me. I would have to take my time to actually like grind down what it means, but I would love to try to see what's under the hood, and just at least have like a mental map of what the logic is like. Obviously, that's not something that they're gonna disclose because it's probably their own. What's the term for it? Their own. I forget the term. I completely forget the term that I'm trying to look for. Yeah, I forget. Proprietary something. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, Sunday. I think that's what we're talking about. Yeah. But yeah, I forget the term. I forgot the term. Hoggy, how's it going? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're well. And Seba, thank you for the start again for the 2 jewels, and thank you for the gold coin for 10 jewels as well. Alright, shout out to the chat for Seba and a couple gifts that he's dropping by. Appreciate it, boy. AI is still worried that it's not a long-term fix, but I see a bright RTGP future. Hopefully, yeah. I will start. What you call it? Planning for the next one. Intellectual property. That's the term that I'm trying to look for. Yeah, you said it right there, Chris, bro. You said it. Intellectual property. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know why I struggled so much trying to find that term in my brain. But yeah, intellectual property. That's the one. How did I find the new wheel? Amazing. It was absolutely great. Big G performed really, really well. I was really pleased with the performance of it. It's a completely different feeling because there's a lot of like ergonomics that change. For example, like SimMagic's sort of shaft is quite long, so then I had to basically like push the screens and the wheel deck a little farther away so that I could have the right distance on my hands. But the grip on the wheel was great. The wheelbase performed amazing. Like it never actually overheated or anything. Super cool, super fresh. The pedals were really responsive. Really, really enjoyed it. I think they do have a great sort of entry-level line up there, SimMagic, with that set. And really, really pleased that they actually sent me a unit. And being able to do the race with it, I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you, Seba. Appreciate it. Fun Life Poppy, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. If I were to race not sure if I understand the question right there, Dennis. Thank you, Nelden Tay. Appreciate it as well. 7K subs indeed. Yeah, Upon Life. 7K subs indeed. We hit it on the weekend.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Right, let's see if we can do a little bit of a better performance now. Okay, we survived turn 1. That's already some progress. Okay. We're good, we're good. We're finding our rhythm now. Non-meta. Okay. In this race, what car would I use? That's a good question, actually. I think I would use the AMG. I think I used the AMG. The last time that this race came about. Whoa, 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 whoa! What just happened there? Whoa! We got saved. Something crazy was just unfolding back there. Did scare me though. I saw it from the rear view mirror. It's contact right in front. But yeah, I think I would use the AMG as my alternative option if it wasn't the Porsche. Yeah, it's a Porsche Cup here. just online racing. Oh, no, no, no. Oh. Clip the grass a little bit. Oh, sorry, Leon. I thought I had it stopped. Apparently not. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Leon. I'll follow the slipstream. That's fine, Dennis. Oh boy. Messed that up. Yeah, still not in the groove. It's taking me a while to get back to the flow. GT's your preferred flavor of racing. That's a pretty cool way of saying it. There we go. Ah, Nelden tasting here, actually. I didn't realize. Yeah, we have Zigzag right behind. Nelden Taste also in there. I think Luke pitted lap 1. Why are you not racing recently, Valerius? I wonder if he was on... I think Leon was probably on mediums now that I think about it, because he kept going. I don't think he's gonna do 3 laps on hards. I would doubt it, but I think he's probably on medium tires. Excuse me. This 10-lapper endurance must feel like a warm-up. Yeah, it flows really quickly. Very, very quick, to be fair. Right, we're P10. It's not too shabby. Oh boy. As long as we can stick with the guys in front and just stay in the slip, then probably we could get another position from Leon. Yeah, Big Fat Racing is a VR racer. One of the best shorts creators in GT7, if not the best. Oh, I was on the edge. Ah, yeah, so it's a full combination then. But at least it's nothing like bad or negative or anything. Just other things taking place. That's fine. I mean, oh, he held it through. Fair enough. I'll be, what you call it? I'll be off in the month of August for about 3 weeks, and I know for a fact that the moment that I return to racing, it's gonna feel horrendous. Right, this guy's absolutely struggling. So we need to think about how we're gonna do it. Big Zach went for it. Fair enough. Let's just take it easy. Okay, this is the moment where I have to like literally lock in. Because Suzuka is all about this, right? When you follow through in the technical sections. I'm losing time in the hairpin though. That's the only thing. Got out of the longest meeting ever. How long it was? That's the question. How long was it? Having a conversation with Big about DMA and music, where shorts you can use music, but in long form, yeah, it's something weird. Something weird with the copyright, I think. Because I think like there's an option in YouTube where you can like basically remix content for shorts and stuff. So there's something that kind of like what you call it? Something that basically like allows you to just use music in shorts as it is, but I don't really understand it. If I tell you that I do, I'll be lying. But it's weird. It's funny though, because like for example, I use a service for the music that I use in my videos called Epidemic Sound. So you basically just pay a subscription, and then you get a portfolio of sort of music royalties and stuff like that. And you get the copyright, you get like the copyright permissions, I guess you can call it, for those assets in their library. As long as you pay the subscription, essentially. And there was one song from their portfolio that I used in one of my shorts. And it wanted to flag it as like copyright strikes. So I had to basically send a dispute to say that I pay for the service, so I have the right to use it. And it took a couple tries actually, but then at the end they lifted it. But in the long forms, they've never done that. So it's the world of copyrights. It's a weird world for me. It's supposed to be 20 minutes, it lasted an hour. Oh yeah, then in that case, yeah, it's the longest meeting ever. Whenever the meeting goes way beyond the time that it's supposed to run for, then we can definitely tag it as the longest meeting ever. Oh, we're so far away from the pace, actually. Wow, it's crazy. And the worst part of those meetings, oh boy, that was a lot of rotation that I needed. The worst part of those meetings is that if it's a meeting that you literally don't even need to be there, or you don't have to say anything, you just get stuck and trapped in there when you can be doing something else. Those are the worst. Those are the worst. Every meeting can be handled through an email. I agree. To be fair though, I think there's a few things that are worth discussing in person. There's a few things that are worth having a conversation in person, or at least or at least on a Teams call or whatever it is. But I think like 60 to 70% of most meetings can be done through emails. Or just like having some type of like tracker where you can log anything and just keep the progress from there, you know? How's it going, George? Good to see you. Hope you're well. Suspicious Sausage, welcome in. Oh boy. No, don't go too deep. Doing collaborative work, indeed. Welcome in, Bullion. Oh. Yeah. I think my main priority with today's races is not even about returning the pace, it's just trying to maintain the cleanliness. I am so now embedded into the no contact policy, or trying to like avoid contact as much as possible after. Oh, speaking of contact. Sorry, Zigzag. Didn't expect that happening. Yeah, now like my mindset is like, yeah, don't touch any cars, don't touch any cars, don't touch any cars. So I think that's the main thing that I'm trying to preserve here. Cleanliness is next to godliness. I should have Sparks to make my own music. Well, I normally don't want to ask too much, but yeah, Sparks does incredible music. Incredible is actually an understatement. I did suggest him something a few weeks ago, but it can be a problematic one with copyright. Speaking of copyright, actually. 420 Kev, good to see you. Hope you're well. What's Daily B this week is Nurburgring GP with Group 4 cars. Sparks was dishing out bangers over the weekend. Yeah, he has such a vast portfolio of absolute tunes. Like, there's no limit to the creativity that Sparks has. He can do anything, literally anything. Yes, I'm in the Porsche, Cabby. Welcome in, by the way. Good to see you. Oh. Yeah, it's really hard to overtake here in Suzuka. Oh boy. See you later, Chris. Thank you for joining us. Extremely creative and talented. Extremely. I wish I had like half of his brain to do more of the stuff that I like to do. Will any other car work here? Not sure. I mean, they could, because I think at the end of the day, Suzuka is more of a attrition. Oh boy. Okay, I completely mistimed. I absolutely mistimed my turning point because I couldn't see it. I just went straight through the grass. That was not ideal. Damn it. But yeah, I think, like I say, Suzuka is mostly a race of attrition. Oh, someone spun it. Yeah, I felt that that guy was pushing quite a lot, so at some point it was going to happen. What was I going to say? Yeah, it's a race of attrition, so I think the car really is not what matters in here. It's mostly just about staying with the pack and avoiding mistakes, and then just letting people do their mistakes on their own. I remember that I used the AMG the last time that this came up, and I kind of felt fine with it. I mean, the Porsche I think is a better car, yes, but I think you can really use other cars. There's a Suzuki that wasn't P2 at the start of the race. Oh, really? I didn't see who that was. Oh, it's lap 9. For some reason, I thought it was the last lap. We still have one more to go. Alright, this penalty's gonna hurt, though. What car do I have the most hours in? Oh, that's a good question. I actually don't know if you can see that. Is that a stat that one can see? I wouldn't exactly know. It's not the Porsche though. It's not the Porsche, I can tell you that. It's probably either the AMG or the GTR, one of the two. Oh, they're going for it. If they keep battling, I can catch up. And maybe gain something. The last lap. Oh, boy. Oh. Go, go, go. Maybe in the hairpin they might. No, no, no. Oh. A little too hot. Oh, there's a yellow. Who was it? Is that big? That's a Ferrari. It looks like. But it's not. I don't think it's Big Fat Racing. No, that's not a Ferrari. Is that a Ferrari? Ah, that's Damien. I think it is a Ferrari, yes. Uh-huh. Maybe a top 10. Oh. Stay close. Close it down. And a top 10 it is. Let's go. Let's go. Really had to stop the car. Wow. Guys, I can tell you right now, by the way, I have the windows open, and the smell that's coming through my window, someone's burning some grass. Let's just put it that way. It is strong. Oh my goodness. Right, we gained some DR from that. Fair play, Nelson. That was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, I wonder what happened to Damien there. That was interesting. Yeah, Calster was using the Suzuki. Elias was in the Lambo. I think the Lambo is also quite decent here, to be fair. The Lambo can be quite decent, I feel, but I'm not particularly what you call it. a fan of it in the current conditions, I would say. Been trying to up my driving stat. Yeah, no. I mean, what I would say, Nelson, don't take it too much to the chest. Don't take it too much to the chest. Incidents happen, you know. Incidents happen, so it's one of those things where, you know, every race is a new race, so yeah, those kinds of things are fine, so don't worry about it. No, Stig, no, absolutely not. Bruno Head de Castro. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Thank you for subscribing. Another legend joins the party, guys. Please welcome Bruno into the stream and the community. And in this stream, we do talk about Bruno. Make sure to say hello on your way in, my friend. Appreciate the support. Welcome along. Yeah, okay. Calm it down, guys. I was only letting you know what was coming through the window. Because it kind of took me aback. But that was it. I think I have 2 laps. See what I can do. Oh boy. I'm struggling a lot with the hairpin this time. I really want to see if I can try to cut down my lap time. So right now, yeah, I need to adjust my camera. I always forget to do that. Right now, my lap time is a 59.9. Whoa, almost had a hiccup. So I want to see if I can cut that down for a few tenths. Don't think I'm gonna do that. Do it that way. Yeah, that's not gonna be quicker. When did 7K subs happen? Over the weekend, Stig. During the 24-hour race. Right by the end of it, actually. So yeah, thank you once again for that, guys. Really cool to have another milestone ticked off the books. Messing it up. All right, let's try again. So I think we're gonna have about 2 more races to go for the night, and I really want to see if I can get a good lap time going. So this is the account. This is the account that I used to. I'm trying to use this account now to set, to set time trial laps without a ghost. So I leave the ghost only for my main account now. But in here is where I want to try to just have my natural pace show up in the time trial sessions. So it's a challenge that I'm trying to put myself. To start unlocking some more natural pace rather than relying on a reference all the time. And it's easier said than done, but the idea is that whatever lap I can do with a ghost, I want to try to replicate it without it. Keep forgetting that I'm in a different time zone. Yeah. I lose so much time in Spoon. Spoon is my worst corner. Spoon is my worst corner because I am scared of pushing the first apex too hard and then getting trapped on the curb on the middle of Spoon, which, you know, like that sort of like AstroTurf patch is horrendous. Brad Wendelbo, welcome to the channel as well. Thank you for subscribing. Guys, another legend is joining the party as well. Please welcome Brad into the stream and the community. Make sure to say hello on your way, my friend. Appreciate the support. Welcome along. So yeah, I try not to... I get scared of pushing that first part of Spoon too hard and then spin it on the middle of Spoon. But then that sort of takes away the rest of the racing line to get the exit of Spoon properly so that you don't run wide on the actual exit heading into 130R. So yeah, it's tough. Spoon is definitely one of the toughest corners for me. Ivan Smith, thank you for the 98 jewels with the England gift. Appreciate it very much, guys. Share some love in the chat for Ivan and the gift as well. And Sunday Driver, thank you for another 5 gifted memberships. Share some love in the chat for Sunday Driver, Sim Racing, guys, and the 5 gifted. Appreciate the support, sir. We have Neldon Take, Dallas, 00, GT7, Sandy Morgan, and Richie BG into the memberhood, courtesy of Sunday Driver himself. What an absolute hero. Thank you for that, sir. Appreciate it very much. Hunty Plays, how's it going? Good to see you, by the way. Hope you're well. If I haven't said hello to any of you, I apologize. And please do know that I'm not intending to leave you on red. So thank you for joining, guys. Appreciate it very much. All right, P11 again. I didn't see who's in the lobby with us. Legend Sunday on a Monday. I know, right? Working overtime, he is. Calcer's on the RXV route right now. Nelson starting from the back. Zigzag as well, P15. Big Fat Racing is up there in P9. It's not, I wouldn't call this a stacked lobby, but certainly still very, very quick. Yeah, Richard. Sometimes my days look like that as well. Between P5 and P8, I'll try my best. I will try my best, Dennis. Thank you for good looks. All right, let's go.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Okay, first things first. Let's survive turn 1 and 2. That's critical. Just take it easy. The hard tires. Oh, whoa. Infinity Racing is trapped. Oh, sorry. He's not wasting any time, is he? I wonder if he's on the mediums. He might be on the mediums, you know. But now look at this, like all this battling actually. Pulling us away from the rest of the pack. Neldente actually left. Wonder what happened. Ah, Dennis. Yeah, you have like those little like black patches in the screen. Oh boy. I think I'm definitely gonna have to pit. Definitely gonna have to pit now because that was not ideal having to start with that much pressure. Yeah, someone got caught up behind. I wonder what happened there. Yeah, those are like the spotters. The black patches, yeah. 24-hour racing has been awesome. Came over to you from Rory's stream. Appreciate it, Ivan, and welcome along. Hope you're enjoying so far. Yeah, we're having a little bit of a rough patch trying to come back to the groove in GT7 right now after the weekend, but nonetheless, it's coming back to us slowly. At least I'd like to think so. Right, now we have to try to catch those people in front to have a chance. The thing with starting on the mediums though is it depends exactly on where you start. If you start somewhere at the front, starting on the mediums is not a bad shout because you can just pull away and have the race on your own, and then just wait till you pit at the end, see how things unfold and where you're gonna stand, and just keep it from there. Drive a calm race. But the thing is that Suzuka is really tough for an overtake. So if you try to have a faster compound and the people in front are running a slower compound, you have to overtake on track and you have to try to do it cleanly. But then that can also pull you away from the rest of the people or potentially get you into an incident. So it's not this, yeah, it's a tricky one to try to do that way. I normally always prefer starting on the slower compound, especially on these strategies that are like a Joker lap, basically. Right. But yeah, you can tell that Affinity, for example, he was certainly on the mediums because he's still out and he's leading the race right now. So he wanted to try to go. So the fact that I was able to hold him sort of guarantees me that he's not going to overtake me now, unless I have a mistake. Oh, that's a purple. Look at that. I'll take that. Oh, the spanner almost dropped it right in front. I think we can catch. I think we can catch. Welcome in, Rolls-Royce Racing from Arkansas. That's a good question, guys. Where's everybody from? Where are you currently? What's your current hometown? Let us know in the chat. I always like to see a little bit of diversity of different places in the chat. So now that we have Rolls-Royce from Arkansas, it would be cool to see where the rest of the people are from. We have Wisconsin, Bristol. Oh, the Spaniard lost it. And it sounded like a wall hit. Damon is on the... still not on the 2 minutes. Merthyr Titfield for Andy. Always my practice trying to pronounce that. And hopefully getting it correctly all the time. Yeah, Suzuka is one of those that you really want to have some good quality. Start somewhere at the front. The moment that you get stuck in the middle of the mid-pack, then it's just a game of patience. Birmingham, Peach State, Georgia, New Bern, New Hampshire. We have 2 people from Wisconsin actually in the chat. That's cool. Yeah, he definitely cannot park there, for sure. And he had a massive hit against the wall as well. It sounded on the game, which was kind of funny. Always spot on. Nice. Currently watching from Preston Hospital. Oh, I hope everything's okay, Kev. Hope nothing major is going on. Megashem, New York, originally from St. Lucia. I'll have you know, my great-grandmother, she was born in St. Lucia. So I technically have some St. Lucian genes somewhere. So I think my great-grandpa was from Jamaica and my great-grandma from St. Lucia. Then they have my grandpa, which I never got to meet, unfortunately. He passed away by the time that I was born. But he was born in Panama. And my dad was also born in Panama as well. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But yeah, it's quite the mix coming from my dad's side of things. But interestingly enough, I've never been, at least not yet, to Jamaica or St. Lucia. But when I found out about it, it made me want to go, because I feel like it's now part of my roots, and I want to get to know my roots a little bit more. Possible broken thumb. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. How did it happen? Indeed, Malachi. Guyana is the only English-speaking country in South America. And then you have... What do they speak in... So you have Guyana, and then you have Suriname, and then you have the French Guyana as well, if I'm not mistaken. What do they speak in Suriname? I kind of don't know. But I think you guys are... You guys share borders with Suriname, don't you? Oh yeah, Mark. I mean, it's Damien. Damien is one of the quickest people in the game. Castor is also up there. Yeah, they're absolutely flying. Oh. I clipped the sand on the way in, so that's... Oh, boy. That's unfortunate. I clipped the grass on the way in to the corner, and that took my whole braking away. Dropped the gearbox on it. Oh, wow. Yeah, hopefully it's nothing too serious. And the recovery doesn't take too long, my friend. Lost my mojo a little bit with that. They're not really going away. It's a big three-way battle. Oh, where's he going? Exit stage right for Big Fat Racing, unfortunately. Oh, another exit stage right. Whoa! What was that about? The Caribbean is amazing, yeah, Chris. We have in Panama we have the Caribbean Sea, which is part of the Atlantic Ocean, and the beaches that we have in the Atlantic side of the country are some of the most beautiful beaches that you can ever see. And the culture is something else. The culture is just something else. Ah, the commitment there, Kev, the commitment. Another yellow. Who's that? It's Damien again! Whoa! What's going on? Yeah, he can be. He's been sort of around. Although the second one definitely looked like it was just a crash on its own, just a spin. Oh, Damien left the race even. Whoa. Oh, that's something else. So this is what I mean, guys, when I mentioned that this is a race of attrition. Suzuka can always catch you off guard. So as long as you just keep it on the black stuff, you'll be fine. You don't have to be the quickest. I certainly am not. You can definitely see that from my lap times. And I didn't start any high. But we're in the top half of the grid right now. Just by surviving. Only been to the Dominican Republic and the Falkland Island. Oh boy. I haven't been to Dominican Republic yet. I've been to Cuba. I went to Cuba once. Cuba was great. It's an interesting experience going to Cuba. I'll tell you the story a little bit. So Cuba is from Panama. It's like about, I think, like a 2-hour flight or something like that. Like an hour 40 maybe. I went for 4 days. I think it was 4 or 5 days. Cuba doesn't have, or at least by the time that I went, which was, we're talking about 7 years ago. By the time that I went, it was basically a very sort of limited touristic experience, in the sense of they don't have like network, like Wi-Fi or stuff like that you can like connect to. So you basically don't have any signal on your phone. And if you wanted to get network, you had to buy it. You basically had to purchase an hour of carrier signal in order to get access. And you can only get it in certain specific places within Havana. I went to Havana. You basically have to like go to public parks and stuff like that. That's where they have the service, where you could basically like get a card that had like a password or a PIN, and then you logged into a hotspot, got into a website, put the PIN in there, and then they enabled you like an hour of carrier signal if you wanted to like text and stuff like that. So it was a full mobile detox, that trip. We stayed at an Airbnb, which was sort of close to the city center in Havana, but it was like right in the middle of, like, you know, what you could call like middle to lower class. But something about Cubans is that they really appreciate tourism, because they know that tourists really boost their economy. So they take care of the tourists very much. So even though it doesn't look as the prettiest place to stay, the people will treat you wonderfully just because they know you're a tourist. And yeah, they'll just make sure that you're like taken care of, because you're basically helping them to have sustenance, to get the economy rolling. Now, one funny thing about Cuba is when you want to convert money. Oh boy, why was I in first gear? I don't know. I went to the Keys as well. I went to Key West in Florida once. So when you want to convert money for Cuba, oh boy, yeah, for a play zigzag, you push me, you push me to the limit there. Well done, well done. I was trying to hold it on the outside, but I couldn't. So, like, for those that don't know, like, Panama, we use dollars, similar to America. And if you want to convert dollars to Cuban pesos, so they have two different currencies in Cuba. One is what they call the national currency, which is their own sort of local currency, and then they have what they call, I can't remember the exact name, but it's essentially the touristic version of it, which is the equivalent of $1. And then the local one is kind of like a 20th of the touristic one. But if you try to convert dollars to the Cuban pesos that are the same equivalent to $1, for one, just the conversion alone takes 3% off. But then also they add a 10% additional tax or fee on it just because it's $1. I don't think they really like Americans, and nothing, you know. I think they do have like a little bit of a grudge with America. So they just put like a 10% additional fee for the conversion from dollars. For no reason. Just because they can. Just because they want to. Cornish, how's it going? Good to see you. Ew, yeah, welcome in as well. Good to see you as well. If you take 2 planes and total travel for 2 hours 15 minutes, you are still in Norway. Okay, Affinity actually ended up in front of us. Interesting. But he's on hard tires now. Cold hard tires. So I can probably get him for the final lap. I'll finish the story after the final lap. Oh, God. I messed that up. Yeah, they've never been great relationships, to be fair. So yeah, you basically lose 13 cents on the dollar that you convert. So then what I had to do when I flew over was to change dollars to euros first, and then and then change those euros into Cuban pesos. Which ended up being less of a loss than doing dollars to pesos directly. You can get to travel Havana in about 4 days. I would say, like four days are going to be enough to get to know the main touristic attractions. And the food was so cheap that I overrate so much. Like, but it's so good as well. Oh God, fair play. I couldn't make much of it. My tires are gone. All right, so P8 is gonna be. I'll take that anyway. Someone called it up. We could probably finish between P5 and P8. I think that was Dennis. So yeah, there we go. P8 indeed. So yeah, we got to see like a lot of restaurants, and things like that. That the food, like the amounts of food were gigantic, but you literally paid so little for it, and it was great. It was absolutely great. I really enjoyed it, and I have quite the funny story coming back, or like on the last day of staying in that Cuba trip. Which the short version of it was that I kind of ran off of cash, and we went to see there's like this fortress where they have like this spectacle where they shoot a cannon, like an old cannon, and they shoot a cannonball off to the ocean, and they have like all this spectacle with like soldiers from like I think like the early 1900s or things like that. I can't really remember. But you have to like cross a ferry, like a boat ferry, to get there. And on the way there, we kind of ran out of cash. And when we wanted to enter it, we didn't have enough cash to actually go in. So we had to try to basically speak to some of the guards at the front to let us in for a cheaper price. 1K, thank you very much for subscribing, by the way. Another legend joins the party, guys. Please welcome 1K into the stream and the community. Make sure to say hello on your way, my friend. Appreciate the support. Welcome along. So they kind of let us sneak in with like a group of tourists for like whatever we had left on our pockets, and we got to see the whole thing. And but then on the way back, we didn't have any money to get back to our Airbnb. So we were just walking to the ferry stop where hey, don't blame me, Bobby. That's the name. That's the name. I'm just reading what I'm seeing. That's the name. Let me just join the other race, by the way, before I forget. So then we were just like walking down to the ferry, and we were trying to think about how we were going to try to return, trying to get like some type of help to get us to the other side of the water. And on the way there, we hear someone calling us, and it so happened to be a group of tourists that were from Cincinnati, if I remember correctly. They were from Cincinnati, a pair of students, I think, Asian students that were studying in America in Cincinnati. They couldn't speak Spanish, and they also needed to know their way back to the other side of the water. And then we were like, I was walking past, and I hear a call, and then I just see, and then someone from the other side says like, yeah, these group of people are kind of like lost. They don't know how to get to the other side, but they don't know how to speak Spanish. Do you know how to speak Spanish? I was like, yeah. So they were like, can you help them go back? And I was like, sure. And then they just like joined us on the walk, and we were just like talking with them. We were getting to know them. They were like, yeah, we're from Cincinnati, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. And at the end, we were like, well, where are you trying to go? And they were like, well, we're trying to go to the other side. And we was like, well, us too. The only thing is that we ran out of money. And they were like, oh, well, if you help us, we can pay for your ferry trip. And I was like, fair enough. So they kind of saved our trip, or at least our way back, to get to where we were staying. So that was kind of funny. Kitty Boo, welcome as well to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Another legend joins the party, guys. Please welcome Kitty Boo into the stream and the community. Make sure to say hello on your way in. By the way, appreciate the support. Welcome along. By the way, guys, let me go quickly get a Y food before we jump into the last race of the stream. And I'll be right back with you guys. So just give me 1 minute and I'll be just straight with you. Oh. Right, back again. There we go. So, there we have it. Let me actually put it on the other window. There we have it. Happy banana for this one right before the last race of the stream. I don't know what's happening with streamer bot. So I have it open, but for some reason it loses the connection and it stops working for a while. So let me see if I can reopen it back again to see if the commands can start working once again. But yeah, 10% off from YFood, guys, with the code Kizzi-YouTube, or the link that is in the description as well, in case that you want to get your hands on some YFood moving forward. Just gonna a little sip before we start. No worries, Dennis. Thank you very much for popping in. Appreciate the support. Yeah, there we go. There's the bot. There's the bot. Once again. You always call it W sauce. What? Worcestershire sauce. Ah, look at that, Kitty Boo. Welcome along, my friend. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the stream. Appreciate it. Yeah, for some reason it just like goes. Like the connection just goes. I probably need to check that actually. Not sure why that's been happening for the last few streams. Where suddenly, yeah, the bot stops working. It shows connected, but it stops working, and I'm not entirely sure why that happens. I'd have to figure that out. But yeah. Right, last race of the stream, guys. Before we wrap up. Excuse me. So let's see how we can pair up. Again, starting P11. P12, actually. Let me correct myself. So Foos is in. There's a trio of Russians between 4th and 6th. There's the Italian that we were trying to catch the last time. Affinity's back behind us. Zigzag and Nelson are back in. Kauser still leading the pack. Kauser's absolutely dominating. Sat Tomatoes and P9. There's a few known names out of here. If I had the opportunity to race in real life, would I? I don't know. You know, I don't know. I would like to have the experience of driving a race car, but just the experience of driving it, not necessarily competing in it. I think there's a lot that goes into it that I'm not sure if I have the what you call it, the guts to try it. Or the time, or the resources, or the money to pay for it. I think there's a lot that goes into it, and it's a completely different learning curve. But the experience of driving a race car would be cool. I would love to do that, but I don't know about racing per se. Rev Wizard, how's it going, brother? Good to see ya. Hope you're well. No worries about it. Yeah, it just happened like close to the end of the 24 hours, so you didn't really miss that much. And I know that you were caught up with other little bits and bops.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
But it's always good to see you back in the chat, my friend. Hope you're well. Right, let's see. Last race. Oh boy. Sat Tomatoes in the Suzuki. I can see. The Suzuki's such a weird car to drive. So I respect the people that actually drive it. I think Affinity might be on the mediums again, you know? It feels like he is quite pacey. I think he's on the mediums again. Wouldn't surprise me. Whoa. Didn't expect that. Leave him in the room. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he's on the mediums. Right, let me just try to stay in the slipstream with them. Entropy Resolver, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, thank you for joining us. By the way, Smitty, welcome in as well. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're well. Lots of cars going out. Very unexpected sequence of breaks. I'm gonna say, oh, really? There's no way. I'm gonna stay for one more. I think I benefit more from going 2 laps. But yeah, that penalty is a little painful.
I can't, it's broken! It's broken!
It is broken, that penalty system. I don't even know where we actually went off. Yeah, guys, by the way, anyone that joined us in the channel after the weekend, really appreciate it that you joined throughout. It's a real pleasure to have new people in the streams and in the channel. So thank you very much for subscribing to those that did. Oh boy. All right, let's serve this penalty. See where that puts us. And then I wonder if Zigzag's gonna pit. I know that Affinity's definitely, yeah. Oh, Zigzag almost crossed the line, so I'm gonna try to work with Zigzag here. Gonna try to work with Zigzag to see if we can actually push and at least get that position from Affinity, who's in the mediums. Someone asked me about how the wheel feels after the weekend. I'm gonna be honest with you. It feels like I can actually rip it off the of the rig. Because like now it just feels so like gentle and light in my hands. Not in a bad way, it's just much different than what we experienced on the weekend. Of course, like the SimMagic wheel, the SimMagic wheel is 9 Newton meters, so it's kind of almost double than what the T598 is, and the physics of iRacing as well work in a little bit of a different way. Like the way how you try to search grip feels a lot heavier. And yeah, then I put the T598 on and it felt really, really gentle. Kind of in a weird way, but readjusting back to it. So fair enough. Yeah, really, really appreciate those people that stayed for the long hours, especially the night shift. It's broken, but a clean break. Well, at least I think those are the ones that heal the quickest, right, Kev? But yeah, unfortunate stuff. Hopefully the recovery is quite quick. Maybe doing some more stuff in iRacing. Yeah, probably. I mean, the special events will probably keep coming along between us with Rory, Hoggy, and Sparks. There could be the possibility that we may be doing Silverstone in September. And then waiting for the big events next year when they release the calendar, like Daytona. We would have loved to do Daytona this year, but we thought about it after it happened. So the Nordschleife was our first 24-hour. But Daytona would be cool. I know that Daytona is a big one. How's it going, Pete? Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope things are doing well with you. Haven't seen you in a while. Need more torque, yeah. No, the T598 doesn't have a booster pack. I think that's the Fanatec, the GTDD Pro, that has a booster pack that takes you from 5 to 8 Newton meters. But I think if I recall correctly, I think Fanatec also did an upgrade on their firmware that basically unlocks more force feedback on their wheels, so that's kind of interesting. Brothers, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. Yeah, that's it. That's it. The clean break, yeah, it avoids you the surgery. Ah, so unlucky. So unlucky, Pete. Sorry to hear. Work is a busy one today. It was for me, yeah, earlier in the day. I hear ya. These last few weeks between actual work and working on stuff for the channel has been so busy. Good busy, but busy nonetheless. And yeah. Gain 12 on your split at Spa. Nice. Well done, brothers. Where did you start the race? You twisted your ankle as well. Wow. There we go. FMJ! Nice to see you, brother. Hope you're well. Brendan, how do you see your DR stats? If you go to gtgridstats.com, that's Skino's website. Skino has a DR tracker. There's also one in DG Edge from Digit. So a few websites have the DR tracking service where you can retrieve your DR stats and your actual driver rating from the game. I actually tried to set up a command in the chat so that you guys can check your DR, but I don't think it's working right now. If someone tries !stats and then puts their PSN next to it, let me know if it works. I don't think it works yet. I need to probably get some help from Skino to get it sorted, because I think probably I missed a step trying to set it up. How's it going, old man Stu? Welcome in. Oh, I had to slow down big time right there because I didn't want to hit the French guy. Yeah, it's not working, is it? Oh, ow! Hey, that was a little unnecessary. The fact that I overshot the corner and I still got hit. What does that say? That's a little unnecessary. Yeah, I need to speak to Skino. Oh my, still have dirty tires. Oh, Skino's doing an amazing job with grid stats. I've spoken with him a couple times, and he's asked me for some suggestions as well and things that we can see from his API and his widgets and overlays and stuff. And yeah, he's doing some great stuff. He's doing some great stuff. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Andy, for sharing. Joshua, how's it going? Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. There's a yellow flag. Right, at least we're not last anymore. Yeah, that wasn't ideal, the hit that we just got. At least we spun in a clean way. We just got pointing right back in the direction that we should. But yeah, this race, the races at Suzuka can be tough, especially if you start from the back. But yeah, one thing that I am actually working on, I'm working on shifting or changing a bit of the layout of the overlays as you guys see them right now. So I'm really hoping that I can finish that soon, and you guys get to see the new version. It's a lot cleaner, and a bit better crafted, I would say. But it's still in the works. Still in the works. Someone's gonna say that I'm teasing. But yeah, it should be a good one once I finally have it ready. There's a good few projects that I'm currently working on that I think are really interesting, and I think hopefully you guys will enjoy it.
It's happening. Everybody stay calm.
Old Man Stu, thank you for the $1.99, my friend. Just to say thanks, thank you. Guys, share some love in the chat for Old Man Stu and the $1.99. Appreciate that support, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what I don't want to do in Spoon. There you go, Sunday driver. Right. Oh, no. Okay, dirty tires. I am having a struggle coming back to GT7, but we'll get on it. Skinner was having issues with his own YouTube channel. When you pop into his stream a few months ago, what happened? What issues was he having? What you mean with the command? He did share the command with me so that I could use it, and I followed the steps. But I think it's probably something with the API key, maybe that I'm not putting it in the right format or something. Maybe I'll check it out. There we go. The command wasn't working correctly. Yeah, and he probably knows. Yeah, he probably knows what to do to fix it. There we go. Your daughter calls you all the dinosauruses. That is, yeah, that's crazy. To be 51 and to be called dinosaurs, that's quite a bit much. Even I would know that. It's quite a bit much. Alright, so there's Sad Tomato. know he's in the bowls. He's in the VW. The aggressive trumpet, as I normally would call it. Sorry. I definitely need to overtake him because he's on the hard tires. There we go. I don't think he wanted to fight it too much anyway. I think he knew that he was not gonna hold on for that long. Oh, no, 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 no. Stay away from there. CPB, welcome in. Good to see you. What's the pit strat? 1 or 2 laps on the hard tires and the rest on the mediums. So, kind of like a Joker lap or 2. And then the rest of the race on the medium tires. Not really too much of a strategy, if you ask me, but still a strategy nonetheless. How's it going, CBR General? Welcome in. Good to see you. Right, final lap. Final lap, and then we're done. Looks like I'm finding my pace quite late. Lawnmower is broken. Oh, wow. What do you change for cutting the grass? A racing car. Get yourself one Group 3 car and just throw it in there. Well, I think it's understandable, Kev. Yeah, if you have that injury, probably they don't want to. I guess they don't want to. They don't want to have to deal with the responsibility of if something happens to you in the middle of a work shift, then they have to cover you for whatever situation could unfold because of it. But it's a oh, that's karma. There you go. There you go. Karma paid. Karma was served in the end of the day. I'll take it.
Thank you.
But yeah, I suppose that hopefully they should cover you some type of sick leave or something, right? Because of the injury. Hopefully, I would expect. But safety first. I think safety first. That's the important bit. That's, for example, one rule that we have in my job. If it's not safe, we don't do it. Ricky F and Jack Gorbet, welcome to the channel, guys. Thank you for subscribing. Another couple legends joined the party. Please welcome Ricky and Jack into the stream and the community. Make sure to say hello on your way in, my friends. Appreciate the support. Welcome along. Hot everywhere right now. Tourists having to shorten stages so riders don't collapse. At least in the southeast US, we're used to it. Over here, it was kind of warm, very, very warm over the last couple of weeks. But in the weekend, it was pretty windy, which actually made the heat sort of fresh. And right now, it's kind of chilly, not gonna lie. I have the windows open right above me, and yeah, it's just flowing a lot of breeze. Very, very chilly. Full pay, yeah, at least. There we go. So that's the races. That's the races for tonight. Unfortunately, we lost a little bit of DR, but karma was served, I think, with Bitch after the crash. So I'll take that. I'll take that. Do I play with Rory often? Yeah, when he's streaming, sometimes I pop and do a couple races, and we share the grid every now and then. Always a pleasure to share the track with him. Philip Riley, how's it going? If you had a choice to kit out a car, then it was out of a Rolls Royce or C8 Corvette, which one would I choose? Probably the Corvette. I think I would be more inclined to the Corvette. How's it going, Luke? Good to see you, Coach. Hope you're well. Yeah, that was the last one. That was the last one. Yeah, for the evening. So yeah, I'm struggling though. I'm struggling because I had the whole week last week practicing for the Spa 24-hour in iRacing, and coming back to the GT physics, the GT7 physics, and switching the wheel as well because I used a different wheelbase. Yeah, I'm still getting back to the groove. So I'm easing in slowly to the races back in GT7. What a race to ease up into than Suzuka. Wow, it's another thing, but hey ho. Mood, how's it going? Good to see ya. This is my second time on this track. Turn 1 is always ruined. Yeah, turn 1 is one of the trickiest one, especially if you do it with the Porsche as well, because of the rear drivetrain. All the weight is in the back, so it's really easy to just spin the rears, because when you brake, obviously the weight goes into the front tires, but then you have all that loose engine going in the back, and yeah, it's really tough. What do you tell me, Farouk? I'm trying to see. This week is my 13th and last week off work after surgery. Nice, Bobby. So you return to work next week then. That sounds good. How's it going, Luke? Lou, good to see you, by the way. Thank you for subscribing throughout the 24 hours. I appreciate the support as well. Gilkiff is also in the chat. Good to see you. Rolls-Royce Racing would go for the Rolls-Royce, of course. Right. Well, that was it for tonight, guys. Thank you very much for joining. Oh yeah, you did tell me about the wheel thing. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I almost felt like I could rip it off the rig, to be honest, which is funny. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us today on another set of brand new dailies on a Monday. We'll be back on Wednesday. The last couple of weeks have been a little irregular with the 3 streams a week, but this time we will be back on Wednesday, and we'll do some more dailies. Maybe we'll jump a little bit into some Daily B as well. Maybe try the Firebird in Big Willow, just to have a little bit of an experience there in Wednesday. But yeah, good to be back in GT7. Good to be back to a regular schedule once again. So hopefully I'll see you guys on Wednesday as well, if you fancy joining and having a little bit of a fun time over here in the chat and with the stream, and just watching a little bit of daily races around. So thank you very much for joining. Appreciate everyone that just subscribed to the channel throughout the 24 hours and throughout the stream today. Thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you to everyone that became a member or gifted a membership throughout the stream. Thank you for everyone that donated a super chat as well. Absolutely awesome to have your support, guys. Really thankful and grateful for every single bit of your support and your kindness. So yeah, back again on Wednesday as regular on the evening. There will be a video on Friday as well. Typical shorts throughout the week as well as scheduled. And then yeah, that will be sort of going back to a normality for the next couple of weeks before we go into our break in August. So yeah, hopefully we'll reset a little bit, and we'll get back into the groove once again with GT7 races after the Spa 24-hour last week. So hope you take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones. Have a great rest of your Monday and a great rest of your week wherever you are, whether it's a morning, afternoon, or evening. Also, remember to stay true, kind, genuine, authentic, and keep being the absolute legends that you always are. Because remember, the world's a crazy place right now, so we just have to look after each other and just be kind and just spread the love and spread the generosity out there as much as we can. So thank you very much for joining me, guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Take care. Much love. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.